Hello, welcome back to the extra material in the episode today, the Sunday's episode. This is the first time I've tried this extra content. I have already done a Sunday show, episode 29, but I just thought I'd like you to hear. This is my last, was my concluding episode before the next one goes out next week for the season, the serious thing. I was just going to give you a bit of news off the Irish Sun on Sunday. War on Keenan cartel. It just says round off. The net is closing in on the Keenan cartel main man in Ireland after cops discovered he used a bogus passport to travel to meet with Daniel Keenan. So that's what's saying there. Browning is being probed by Garda. According to that, CAB goes after Tugs 1.7 million assets. According to this paper, threat long COVID as work illness, TG occupation disease call, give financial security to hard care workers, and lift social housing pay limits. Claudia Nichols, bodyguard for undies. Claudia Scuffy has refused. She used to hire a guard for her underwear as fans kept stealing them. And Rory has proved to Mel that men can be trusted. According to this, Mel B got engaged to boyfriend for 3 years, Rory McPhee, this week after he proved men can be trusted. That article there. And then there's more about Browning probed and fraudulent passports as officers eye 1.7 of his assets. That's the main news on this paper here today, and I'll go to the other news. I'm just giving you. Lockdown helped us to hide our secret love. Dancer Laurel and Matthew's romance, according to that. And then Bojo and Rishi in Premier Real Bid. Prime Minister pact discussion at Crunch Summit. Boris Johnson, I showed you there yesterday, as he bids to be Prime Minister yet again. I can't believe that, really. Bring a football of cash. Oz flight alone 1.2k, and Blunt strictly judge unleashes on co-stars. Anton's got a big head. Cheryl is not a sexist. Bruno exit gamble. That's about an article about dancing, the dancing show, and there Ed's video epic. He's shooting 10 for his album. And then it shows you just the shooting scene, the funeral scene in Emmerdale there, horse, and the two deaths that happened there earlier this week. PJ shock over fans' response to ordeal. Charles right not to go big, that's what's saying there. And then there's more about the man out of Friends there. Matthew Perry has told about the extraordinary love life for the first time and revealed his flings with some of the most beautiful actresses in the world. I thought Sashi would kill me. I got panic attacks. Sex worker, I forgive, not forget. And then there's more there about, there's a good few TV guide. There's a TV guide as well in this paper. Good. More about the league. Nottingham Forest won. Liverpool won. We've got their bottle. Cooper's winning feeling. And then more about that match there and the league table. Arsenal have 27 points. I was saying there yesterday. Manchester City have 26. So there's nothing in it there. He's a Ryan Rosseros. Hayland on the charge again as he battles Seagulls. Manchester City 3. Brighton 1. So yet again he got a goal and he got a penalty. I was saying there, it's good stuff there. Manchester City are playing. And Leeds United, owner backs Jesse. Jesse Marsh says he has backing of Leeds chief, and the club remains united as he battles to stroke off the spectre of Marcelo Bielsa. So that's there, that's the latest on that. So there's a good spread here of soccer in this paper. Joey Gile, Barton Hales Rovers, Bristol Rovers 2, Plymouth 2. So there's more thing there. And then there's a good few. Then back to the guide there. Back to the TV guide there. And then there's crosswords as well in this paper. A good few crosswords. Racing, Limerick was on today, and Aintree as well. And out Russell's, Leinster 27, Munster 13. That was yesterday's match. A good write up on that. Rob bags bonus points as Blues eventually see off Old Foes. And then you won't want to see yourself on the pitch, but the pitch is so far away it's nearly like torture. That's Aisling Maloney found her way out of the dungeon when she was recovering from a torn crucible. And then there's more about yesterday's match. Palatine 2-14, St. Patrick's 8 points. So good tides rolling. A 5-star showing from Palatine's left fullback Conor Crowley helped the college on, but St. Patrick's were willing to the sword by a 12-point margin. It was a terrible performance there for the Wicklow champions, as we're saying there. And to be back to the drawing board there, the Wicklow GAA and the champions. Golden Girls, 7 medal haul of Euros for Ireland. Kelly Harrington, Amy Barada and Aoife O'Rourke won gold at the European Championships there yesterday, and their chant on deck. So that's mostly all the stuff off this paper here. And that's more about Vera Pearl. Yes, we can. Canada, Australia and Nigeria, they're the crowd, the 3 that's in the group. So it's a tough enough group according to Vera Powell, as I was saying there. I was looking at it there yesterday. So it's a tough enough group. So that's mostly everything out of that paper. There's a good article there about coffee machine. I was reading it there, but now I'll bridge you through the Irish news to see what the latest before I go here. Garda finalised and filed for Director of Public Prosecution on murder of Kerry grandmother Miriam Bones. And Mary Lou MacDonald's husband threatens to sue Shane Ross for defamation. Now, I didn't read further into that. Actor Hellraiser father Richard Harris' son on the complicated relationship with Ireland's most famous leading man. So there's an article there on that. And then the entertainment news on that. Storyteller Oliver Jeffers. I found you could communicate in patterns that were poetic, secured and heavily. Drake and 21 Savage reveal release date of new collaboration album or Loss. So composer Bill Whelan reveals Riverdance Row and the joy of working with Kate Bush there. He has a book there coming out. And then just to finish this podcast, the RTE website, Sunak enters race for next Prime Minister. Rishi Sunak, that's what I'm saying there. He believes he can win it, and he's in the lead, all right. And the Premier Division latest matches: Aston Villa 4, Brentford 0, Leeds United 1, Fulham 1, and Southampton 1, Arsenal 1. Wolverhampton 0, Leicester City 3. So on the table, as I was saying there, it's Arsenal out on the front with 28 if they get a draw there. Manchester City 26, Tottenham Hotspur 23, and Chelsea 21. So that's the latest in them matches. And I was saying there's a match being played here, a hurling match. It's Kilmacud. Nafina's winning it 16 points to 13. So that's the latest on that. So I just thought I'd bring you just extra material here, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back now next week with my final episode. So I just leave you then, and I hope you enjoyed my other episode that went out earlier on there, and I'll be back again next week with episode 30, the final episode of the season. And I hope you enjoyed my this extra content here, and I'll be back. Thanks for listening.